This session's for the physicians and patients alike. So stay tuned, put on your sneakers and sweats, and let's dive into it. You can probably guess how many times I've talked with patients about exercise, and the reactions are all over the map. Some love it, some hate it, and then there's everyone in the middle, who may know how important it is, but just do not know how and where to start. The human body was made to move. Hello, I'm Dr. Chad Brands with the Mentoring Docs channel. Today's episode is about starting and the starting line. I'm going to give you 6 evidence-based steps that have helped physicians like me empower thousands of patients to kickstart a healthy rhythm of movement in their everyday lives. Here's the best part. You don't even need to be a physician to use these tips. Feel free to share them with friends or family. Here we go. Step 1. Actively listen for their motivation. What's their why? The key to communication that leads to action is starting with actively listening. You're really listening to assess, where is this person at? Are they interested in beginning exercise? Or already thinking about getting more active? Or are they not as interested? Has anyone else talked to them about it? Is it a someday thing way down the road? What are the barriers? All part of a well-known model in psychology called the stages of change and assessing a person's motivation and their decision-making, from pre-contemplation to contemplation, and then motivating, actually activating the person to take the steps and begin a new endeavor like exercise. Before we even talk about action, you're trying to figure out where someone is on this cycle of change, the decision-making spectrum. Beginning is the first step. You're getting inside the thinking brain, assessing both the internal drive and any external barriers to getting started. Moving on to step 2. Now we're going to look at what interests this person. Identifying interest will help overcome inertia, that major barrier to lifestyle change, like beginning an exercise program. Starting something, just like putting an object in motion at rest under the laws of physics, means we all have to overcome the forces of inertia. They're powerful. Lifestyle change requires action. Face it, we're all a lot more likely to start, to do, and then sustain something that we're interested in and are passionate about. Dog lovers, for instance, know that one does not really have to convince them to walk to the local park, or the dog's going to bark until they do. As a physician, I've actually recommended dogs to many patients because dogs need regular walks, and often that gets their humans walking too, with physical and mental benefits. Although if you suggest this to teens, know that some parents might wince at the cost of dog ownership. However, let's recall that famous author Mark Twain, who once said, "You're going to get a lot more out of a single wag of a dog's tail than 1,000 handshakes." By the way, take a moment to review that Learning with Labs video on this channel for some great fun that I had recently with one of my exercising friends, an amazing lab retriever. For many, the word exercise is loaded with pressure, even guilt, shame, making it feel more, it's a chore, than a chance to feel better and move well. Man's best friend makes a great accountability partner, encouraging, enthusiastic, never critiquing your former fitness level. Dogs are also the ultimate cheerleaders, unconditional love powering up any exercise routine. Even if your motivation is not a dog, keep listening for what that person's motivation might be. Spending time with a child or grandchild, love for a particular sport, running a 5K, joining a group, being active with that group. More on that in a minute. Step 3. Now we dig a little deeper, identifying interests and passions that can propel a person into movement, the starting point in entering exercise. So on this next front, I'd like to get to friends, family, colleagues, and patients and thinking about their interests while tapping into internal motivation. As you help someone start exercising, focus on what they actually enjoy. Do they prefer being outdoors or indoors, alone or with a group? Help them picture it in their mind's eye with comparisons and contrasts, and then start building a simple plan around it, helping them say out loud what sounds appealing. And just as importantly, what's a definite no? If cold weather isn't their thing, skiing's off the table, right? No amount of weather stats or insulated gear is going to persuade that individual to change their mind. Be mindful of fears and phobias. Those are tough barriers. If someone's afraid of water, swimming's not going to be the answer. Interest beats fear every single time. Talking this out helps them close some doors, which is still progress. Saying no to certain options helps them move forward. It's all about guiding to a good, actionable choice in your role that helps build momentum towards the kinds of exercise they'll want to start and sustain. Your goal here is to simply uncover something they really like, even if it's just a tiny little bit in the beginning. That's the way in, the spark that lights a greater fire for motivation. And it becomes momentum to start moving with exercise. You're overcoming the inertia to starting. Step 4, now that you've identified interests, give them a list of options to choose from. Time to bring out the menu, just like that great set of options at your favorite restaurant. For instance, if someone loves the outdoor section of the menu, you could quickly list off gardening, hiking, speed walking, biking, running, pickleball. The indoor section of the menu, well, it's going to look different. Will you ride indoor? Or on your own in the garage or the basement with a screen and an app putting you into the scenery of the rugged Swiss Alps? Or take a spin class at the local club. Maybe meet a great new friend. It also has two very different sections, individual versus group activities. There's the solitude option on that side of the menu for an individual walker, hiker, or runner, or the group option to walk together or ride with fun in that pack of cyclists you see on Saturday mornings. Each of us is unique and different. You're guiding someone like a talented waiter or waitress to help make them a selection from a long menu of exercise and activity options. Decision time. You're encouraging someone to commit to an option on that menu. Every restaurant menu has a great set of options. Got to pick something from the menu, and now it's time to order. Make the selection. My wife loves to make a new, deliberate, creative choice every time. I'm generally going to stick with a time-tested, never better option. Cedar plank salmon, asparagus, and black coffee. Selected it before? Great. It's going to be great again. Easy choice for me. I've done it before, hiking or running. Just order it up again. Others going to like it more creative. Keep in mind, there's a whole nother menu, an alternative menu. Might have to ask them to bring it out. Adaptive exercise options for those with physical limitations. If there are known or real limits, that doesn't mean movement's off the table. Just means we have to get creative. I've had patients and many colleagues really appreciate this awareness and that level of care and concern when we can specifically, individually tailor the recs. The menu might look a little different, but it's still a great menu. That being said, the more strenuous the activity, or the more serious the condition, the more you just might need to talk to your doctor before exercise. That's for doctors too. A gradual process of beginning the movement and exercise that we're aiming for, starting with light walking, getting the mail, taking the dog out, progressing to longer walks. If it's something that doesn't feel right, stop. See your doctor, discuss your symptoms, sort them out. A good doctor is going to actively listen, then assess, evaluate, and help tailor the next step solutions to your unique case. All patients can begin with light walking. And a quick word to that special category of weekend warriors. You know who you are, I see you, trying to play at that professional level without the guidance of professional trainers, coaches. While it might look great on Instagram, it doesn't feel great in your body, right? When you push yourself way too hard and keep pushing, you've actually left the door open to all kinds of preventable injuries. The orthopedists thank you for keeping them in business. Smile. Start low, go slow, gradually increasing your activity over days and then weeks. Even if you're not a professional athlete, you can still step up into a winning strategy as you start your own individual program simply by committing to a set time and making it all a set of new habits in your regular rhythm of daily life. I get it, schedules are packed, but here's what we know. The people who stick with exercise long term do not necessarily have more time, they make it. So how do we find that time to exercise? Let's look at some of the science. Exercise is always going to be an investment of time, energy, resources, and perhaps some money. But here's where you have to seek a commitment to dedicating time on your own calendar and building it out into a daily routine. You have to make the commitment. Consistently the same time each day is what the literature of exercise science reflects for those who sustain exercise programs long term. The patterns become a habit. That's how our brains are hardwired and rewired. Neuroscience tells us that habit formation is real. We have to own it in our own lives and set up the pragmatic patterns of daily living by taking the action steps that make us all healthier. I've had colleagues and patients recognize that after 20 days, wow, I'm in the groove. Why? It's because it's a habit as defined by neuroscience. At that 20-day mark, the brain's put down a new thinking and acting pathway, muscle memory, that enables a person to do it more easily. New habit, new lifestyle routine, a new rhythm's been born. Soon, overall health is improving. Seeing into the motivation and then gaining momentum. One of my friends recently recounted several motivators to begin again. Seeing it had just been way too long out of the exercise routines. Seeing friends' health deteriorate, rising age, it was time to return to the daily routine. Didn't want to wait any longer. We all get off cycle, into the rut, need to get back into the groove. And to get motivated to get out of the rut, find a new channel, dig a new groove. Getting mind, body, spirit back on track with exercise. The key to starting, getting to consistency. Choose a time before the chaos of the day takes over. And if you've got a reliable accountability buddy to begin your new schedule of exercise with, stick with him or her 20 days plus and it'll become automatic. Part of that mapped daily routine, programmed in. My friend's mindset, morning, same time, same place, early before work. Before the routine varied somewhat, he was in the groove, Monday through Friday. Then on the weekends, decided to get outside with some sunshine and you guessed it. Jogged and walked with the dog. Recurring theme, dog. Man or woman's best friend. Again, reprise, go outside with the dog. It's built in, scheduled accountability. We all fall out of rhythm sometimes. Life happens, but it's never too late to find that new channel, carve the new groove. You'll discover it. Find it. Take my friend. How did he finally stick with that new exercise routine? He committed time before the day, got away from him, waking up a little bit earlier, headed out to the gym, worked out before the emails, the phone calls, the meetings, the texts, the chaos. Science backs this up. Morning exercises are more likely to stick with it consistently. Why? Because they get it done before the day, otherwise crowds out the opportunities. As a physician who's helped start and sustain exercise habits with others, we see a clear trend. Morning exercises stick with it. They're happier. They love sharing their success stories. Instead of reaching for the espresso first, they give themselves a shot of endorphins, those feel-good chemicals released by movement. Then later comes the coffee, maybe a few calories, after the morning exercise routine ends on a high note. Even the baristas notice it. Morning exercises, they're happier. The tips are higher until 7:30 a.m. Which brings us to our sixth step. Build in accountability by bringing along an accountability partner or a group to exercise with each day. As kids, being part of a team taught us more than how to play. Showed us how to show up on time, support one another, encourage one another, stay accountable. The right team brings energy, encouragement, excitement, and enough healthy competition to keep you growing and going, coming back for more of the activity, exercise, and enjoyment. That team might just be one other person, but the research is clear. Even one accountability partner makes a huge difference. Whether you're helping someone make this change or it's you yourself, the goal is the same. Find a person or people who will encourage you, check in regularly, and support you, even if you stumble. Start with the usual suspects: a spouse, significant other, friend, coworker, your kids, even the dog. Think of your accountability partner or team as a personal alarm clock with a human heartbeat. And when someone's waiting for you on the front porch at 5 in the morning, you're much less likely to hit snooze. In some families, I encourage a dinner time discussion around the table. Bring the meal. Who's involved? What type of exercise are we interested in doing? Where? How will we do it? Who's going to pay for it? How much are dad and mom going to pay for the equipment? How are we going to help each other going forward 20 plus days so it becomes a regular rhythm routine built into life? It means exercising with a partner, a small group, or a team. Today, I've covered 6 steps that you can use to successfully start an exercise program. Step 1, actively listen, assess motivation. What's the why? Step 2 is identifying interests, overcoming inertia, a major barrier to lifestyle change and beginning an exercise program. Step 3 is pushing the interests and passions that can propel a person into movement, the starting point in entering exercise, overcoming that inertia. Taking that step to think out loud with family, friends, colleagues, patients about their interests, going deeper, to tap the internal motivations and overcome the individual barriers externally to starting exercise. Step 4 is guiding by giving a list of options to choose from. Bring out that amazing menu of options and help make a great selection from the list. Step 5, set up a winning strategy for you, your exercise group, your team, your family. As you start your daily exercise program, it takes some strategic planning to start well. Step 6 is building in accountability. It's so necessary and required for success at the starting line. Bringing along that accountability partner or that group who will work and exercise with you. We all recognize there's great excitement when we start something new. You can do it. You and I and our newfound friends and pets, as well as family members and friends and colleagues, are going to be happy to guide on this new adventure with excitement as we start a new endeavor in exercise. We want to start out strong together. Now let's hear from you. What exercise program have you started or are you thinking about starting? Leave a few comments down below. In another video, I'm going to dive into the second half of the equation. Not just starting an exercise program, but how to sustain it over a lifetime after you made that simple lifestyle change in starting exercise. Make sure to subscribe to the channel so that you don't miss an episode, along with others where I've shared practical advice and some strategies from the field of medicine. Now that you've got a strategy to start well, I hope you and all of those you care about can work together, sustaining health and wellness in great, long-lasting exercise routines. Let's keep our excitement about exercise moving, going, growing together. Let's all stay well and live well as we start exercising.